Hi everyone, and welcome to this little video. I've been at it again. Those of you who've either watched my recent football videos or have played this game will know that these are the fast action cards for Inside Blitz, and you just need 3 dice and the fast action cards. I also used these to work out who is the sack or interception, but you may also recognize these cards, which are the ones that ID Jester created, and you'll have seen his on some of his Inside Blitz videos. He splits them into 2 packs. All I've done is taken his files and effectively copied them, the offense on one side and the defense on the other, so I can see that, you know, if it's a run defense, then I've got an inside right against a key inside right, and inside left against inside right. I'm just taking run short pass against a sweep right against a sweep right, and then you use the charts that he also created, if I can just find them, and they are here. So these give you the adjustments. So if you've got an inside right against an inside right, which is here, you'd add 2 to the defense and might take 2 to from the offense when you're working out if they're getting good or bad coverage or good or bad blocks. And so that's the ID Jester ones. Now this is where I've been messing about, because I quite like this second season. Anybody who's got second season will know there is a set of strategy cards out there, and I've created some for Inside Blitz that are on the same sort of concept, and immediately anybody who's played with those second season cards, and they're here, will notice this box section here, A, B, C and D, A, B, C and D, and they are for certain timing situations at the end of the game, where rather than use the play calls up here or on the offense, you use these values here. So dependent on the score difference near the end of the game, it might say if you're behind you will use B, if you're in front you'll use D, and when you turn the card over you use the same letter for both. So if you were using B, it would be a medium pass against a zone, and if you were using D, it would be a sweep left against the inside right. And these are the same. As I say, it looks roughly the same, first, second, third and fourth, and I prefer that because it gives you a little bit of a different take on how the game is played. So this is the defensive side, and it's exactly the same as it is when you're trying to work out the down and distance, and you also include any modifiers which come off the team cards. So if we look at the next game that I've got, which is Georgia against Alabama, as you can see, the offense of Georgia have got a +1, and the defense of Alabama have got a +3. So if Georgia are on offense and it's 1st and 10, so it's 1 times 10, which is the standard 10, and then you add 4, which gives you 14, so it's still a starters. If it was 2nd and 8, then it'd be 16, which is starters, but because we've got a +4, it would give you 20, and so you'd have the nickel defense on. And these are the defensive strategies, as are these: run, zone, man to man, inside right, keys, So these are the keys for the defense, and really that's the defense sorted out. That's all it does. Now on the offense card side of the card, this one, if you don't want to use the dice are up there. And one thing about the numbers on this dice, they're not every combination. I actually physically rolled each dice to get these numbers. So I rolled a 1, 2, 4 on a red, white and blue. I rolled a 1 and a 6 on a 2d10s. I rolled whatever, 4 or 1 or 2 and 3 to get the 2d6, and I rolled a 6 on that for that card. So look at the next one. So 5, 6, 3, 4, 0, 2 6s and a 1. So on the offensive side, you've got it split down to first down, first and 10, first and up to first and 15, and anything over 16. So first and 10, it would be a sweep right. That should be an S, but it's an O. But sometimes I make that mistake on these cards. If it's over 16, it's a quick pass. Second down and 10, it's a sweep left. Over 20, he's going to actually try sweep right. On third and fourth down, if it's 1 and 2, it's this blue section here, it's a sweep left. And that's blue because if you're on the 1 yard or the 2 yard line of your opponents, you use this section. So if it's first and goal from the 2, you would use this. You don't use this section, you use this blue section. So you got 1 to 2, 3 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 plus. And those eagle-eyed will notice that I've put a 20 in there instead of a 10. I've got to check that and sort it out. So it's first and 10 and 10 plus. Now this section here is the red zone section. So the top line is for if you're inside the 20, and the bottom line is inside your 10. So if you're if you're third and 20 or fourth and 20, it's not a long pass, it's a medium pass. If you're third or fourth and 10 from the 10, it's a short pass, not a medium pass. That's mainly because you can't have a short pass. You can't have a medium pass inside the 10. You can't have a long pass inside the 20. It's part of the rules. But if you look here at third and 6, if you're outside the 20, it's a sweep left. If you're between the 20 and the 10, it's a sweep left. But if you're inside the 10 or 10 and in, it's an inside left. So effectively, if it hasn't got something in this box, you use this line. And just as a, see if I can find one so it's more explanatory, this one here. So what we have here, if you're third and 3 to 6, it's a sweep right. If you're inside the 20, it's an inside right. But if you're inside the 10, it's a sweep right. You don't say inside right, inside right. If it's not got inside right in that box, you go to this top line, or this top line, this section of the top line, because it doesn't, it precludes this side of the card. So it follows the rules. You can't have a long at 20, it's a medium. Here it's a short. And obviously over this side, if you've got a long or medium pass, then you have to adjust if you're inside the 20 or the 10, but it's really in this section here. So I'm going to give these a few tries. You'll probably see them on the next game that I actually record. Whether or not I'll use this section here, I don't know. I'd like to see how things go. But yep, they are my new strategy cards for inside BLITZ, and if I find that they're not working well, then I'll go back to these ones because they work fine. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks and goodbye.